The few months before sitting the applied knowledge test can be very stressful and overwhelming. Having prepared for the applied knowledge test myself, I know how daunting it can be to many trainees to have to pass this test. Over the last year, I have personally helped doctors to pass the applied knowledge test. I have observed areas where doctors were wasting time and effort in their preparation. Many doctors approach the applied knowledge test without a clear strategy in mind. The advice many trainees receive are often vague, or just sign up to question bank and do as much question as you can, just work for the questions. While question bank is necessary, it is not sufficient. Question bank is merely a tool in your preparation. There are other tools available to you, and it is important to know how to use these tools effectively. If you want to succeed in AKT, it's crucial that you understand the learning behind your learning, identifying and addressing your learning needs, targeting high-yield topics, and applying examination techniques. If you're trying to pass the applied knowledge test without a clear plan, it's like trying to assemble the pieces of the furniture you bought without a manual. Yes, you may be able to assemble the furniture. It's going to take you more time and effort to figure out on your own which pieces go together and assemble them. So this is why it's important to have a clear plan, to have strategies to be able to approach the test. I have put together a free course to show you step by step how to study effectively. In this free course, I share with you my personal strategies and tactics that I've taught to many trainees so that you can learn faster and better. I know how stressful life can get, especially if you're having to work and having to jump through the hoops of training. And some of you are having to sit this exam, and some of you may have sat it before and having to resit it. So it can get very stressful. This is why I created this course, because I wish this course existed when I was sitting the AKT. I am offering the effective guide to AKT completely free of charge because I genuinely want you to pass this test and get this out of the way. Here is a preview of the course. As you can see, I've kept the lessons short for each module. In the first module, it is about building your foundation. Second module is how to learn faster and better. And the last module is examination techniques. Let's have a look at module 2, how to learn faster and better, the most powerful learning technique. Studies have shown time and time again that active recall is the most effective way to learn. Signing up to question banks and going through the questions was mainly how I studied for the AKT. Let's say this week I'm covering men's health. This is a topic I identified from my learning needs. I will work through most of the questions on that specific topic. This allows me to identify which specific areas in men's health I need to prioritize. If you get a question wrong, make sure you study the subject and the options to the question. Time is limited in your preparation. Allocate time to prioritize high-yield topics. The RCGP produces specific feedback after every sitting of the AKT about areas that candidates found difficult and question formats that will appear in future exams. This is a reliable resource to identify high-yield topics. What themes can you identify that seem most relevant to you? Drug interactions, safe monitoring of long-term medication, family planning, and child development seem to be reported on a regular basis. Going through the AKT summary report is an effective way to raise your score, as the examiners literally show you how to reach for the low-hanging fruits. In my case, I use 3 different question banks: past medicine, past test, and GP self-test. I started studying on GP self-test, which is a free resource for members of the RCGP. It is a good question bank to start with because the level of questions are not that difficult. And then I moved to past test. Past test has more difficult questions. The questions are also more lengthy on past test. The other advantage with past test is they have an application you can use on mobile, so you can download the questions and practice in your own time. After working through the questions on past test, I move on to past medicine. Past medicine is by far the most comprehensive question banks out there. Many trainees have found past medicine useful because of the breadth and depth of knowledge that the question bank goes into. I found using more than one question bank increased my exposure to different style of question. It also complemented my learning when one of the question banks didn't provide sufficient question on a topic. If you have completed all the questions from a question bank, I highly recommend moving to a different question bank. You need to attempt new questions instead of wasting time reattempting the same question you already answered correctly. This is a common mistake many trainees make. The AKRASIA effect, working against procrastination. AKRASIA is the reason we do not follow through what we set out to do. In behavioral economics, there is a concept called time inconsistency. Time inconsistency is a tendency of the human brain to value immediate rewards more highly than future rewards. When you set a goal, you make a choice for your future self. However, when the time comes to make the decision, you're no longer making a choice for your future self. Now you're in the present moment. Your brain is thinking about the present self and favors immediate gratification. There will be days when you come back from work feeling tired and don't feel like revising for AKT. If you rely on willpower, you'll find it hard to follow through your schedule. This is why it's important to set a system and process in place so that when you feel you want to do something else, you can overcome AKRASIA. I wish you every success in applied knowledge tests, and if you don't want to waste time and effort, enroll in the free course today, link in the description below. Take care everybody, bye bye.